Hey, beautiful people, this is your girl and your host, Kayla Rose. Welcome to another episode of Soul Seed, the show which is dedicated to taking you to new levels of you. So, today I was going to start my series on the science of happiness. However, it literally just occurred to me, I was thinking, I miss going into the studio. And when are we coming out of lockdown? So that's what I'm going to be speaking about today. I haven't really done any coronavirus lives for a little while. So I thought I would revisit this pandemic, which we are still going through a year on, because it started properly in March last year. That's when we had our first lockdown in the UK. And as I said, a year on, we are still facing this coronavirus, COVID 19, 21, and 23 situation. So, as usual, you guys can see what's going across the screen. You can become part of our Relax Radio family. Please go and like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and go and check out our Twitter as well. And of course, don't forget to download our Relax Radio app so you can stay up to date with us on the go. So, let's see what else is going across the screen then. Did I say that you guys can advertise with us as well from £1, our introductory offer at the moment? So take advantage of that. If you've got a business, a service, a product that you would like to promote to our Relax Radio listeners and viewers, please do get in touch and we can set you guys something up. So yes, I am going to be delaying my Science of Happiness series, and we're probably going to be needing it after this live. And I just think the situation that's going on at the moment, everyone really does need a bit of happiness right now. So we'll be getting into that from the next live on Sunday. But today we're talking about when are we getting out of lockdown. So supposedly our Prime Minister Boris Johnson has set out a getting out of lockdown roadmap, and I'm going to be speaking about some of the key dates which have been mentioned. And Scotland, Northern Ireland, they're going to be doing their own thing. They have been doing some different variations on the lockdown rules whilst all of this has been happening. So Scotland are saying that they're looking to be out of the majority of the restrictions by the 26th of April 2021. They're planning on having their non-essential shops open, but it's going to be a little bit of a different case for England and Wales, I believe it is. So the first key date that we are going to be looking at is the 8th of March, which is pretty much today. And supposedly from today, schools are supposed to start opening. I believe students can go back to college and university with certain restrictions in place. And that's the majority of it at the moment. We're still doing takeaways from hospitality venues and different things like that. There's no sitting down and going inside and enjoying your meal or your drink or anything like that at the moment. But mainly the first step is getting the educational institutions opened again and up and running. So that's the first step, 8th of March. The second date, which is going to be key in this lockdown roadmap, is going to be the 29th of March 2021. And just a heads up, guys, if you haven't heard already, this is supposed to go on until the 21st of June 2021. So we are really looking at another good three and a half months of some forms of restriction. So fingers crossed, we are going to be having a good summer, but at the same time, I wouldn't hold your breath. By the way, all of these different stages are also contingent on four particular tests or criterias which have been set out. The first one is the vaccination program is going how it should be. The second one is going to be that the numbers of people who are supposedly infected or mortality rates are going down. That's going to be the second criteria. The third criteria is going to be that there's been no surges in numbers in the hospital and the healthcare sector. And the fourth criteria is going to be that no new variants of coronavirus come in and basically mess up all the plans. So, contingent on those four factors, we could expect potentially that lockdown could be extended, or that the date, the 21st of June 2021, could be pushed further down into the year. But fingers crossed that isn't the case. So 29th of March, we are going back to the rule of six. Up to two households, I believe, will be able to mix with each other. Certain sporting facilities will be open, and weddings can have up to a maximum of 6 people. So basically, those are some of the changes that are coming for the end of this month. The next key date after that is going to be the 12th of April. So this is when supposedly certain beauty venues, spas, things like that are going to open, and possibly gyms are going to be open. So that is the date to look out for all the gym goers. You still got another month and a few days to go. Domestic holidays will be permitted. So if you're doing a staycation or traveling somewhere within the UK, that will be permitted as long as the venue, I believe, is self-contained and able to hold up to one household. Other venues such as zoos and parks are supposedly going to be opened. Libraries and community centres and weddings will be up to a maximum of 15 people at that point. Then, next key date, 17th of May. This is where up to 30 people will be able to socialize outdoors. So this is a key date for people being able to socialize indoors as well. Indoors, it will be up to a maximum of 6 people, and two households will be able to mix with each other indoors. Pubs and restaurants are going to start opening back up again, and they will be allowing indoor sitting. 30 people maximum for certain life events such as christenings and weddings. So anyone who was potentially planning a wedding for the beginning of this year or even the end of last year, this might be a good time to reschedule around mid-May, end of May, possibly June, if you want to have certain special people on your special day. Then cinemas and certain indoor entertainment venues are supposed to be opened as well, which includes museums and theatres, hotels, hostels, B&Bs, so places where you can just go and stay overnight. These kinds of businesses will start to open back up again, and international travel for leisure purposes is going to be permitted at this point. And then that leads us to the final date, which is going to be the 21st of June. And supposedly at this point, all legal restrictions on socializing and social contact will be removed, and nightclubs will be opened. So there you go, guys. Those are the four key dates to hold in mind. Well, technically, it's five actually. Technically, it's five, but we're already on the 8th of March already. So, besides the 8th of March, it's the 29th of March, the 12th of April, the 17th of May, and the 21st of June. And I don't know, how are people feeling at this point? We've been in lockdown for so long. I don't know if the morale is there to even start getting out and doing social contact type activities. I think people have become so accustomed to just being at home and basically being isolated. So I don't know if that excitement is still there to get out. I think people are just feeling a little bit exhausted from the whole situation, definitely mentally and emotionally, right? And we touched on that yesterday as well, on the topic I did about virtues and pain. And I definitely think that probably ties into this situation as well. And there was a story that I forgot to share with you guys on yesterday's live. And that always happens to me. I'm like, I'm going to speak about this, this, and this, and this. And then there's one thing that I usually end up forgetting. So I'm going to kind of super tag it on this live. But we're speaking about pain. And I wanted to share a story about one of my personal trainers. And if he ever got to see this, he would know I was definitely talking about him. But he is a complete savage in the gym, and he really goes hard. So if you see anyone training with him, you feel their pain vicariously. And during sessions with him, and he would just in general, he would speak about that when you're exercising, when you're doing your sets and doing your reps, there's a certain point that you get to where everything inside you wants to stop, right? You're in so much pain, your body's saying stop, even your mind is, a part of your mind is telling you to stop as well. But basically in certain situations, that's the pain barrier. And if you can push past that pain barrier, you are going to be able to achieve exceptional results. So if you can push past that pain, then that's where you really get into the realm where you're really able to see some great changes in your body and see some strides in your fitness and your health. So I think that doesn't just apply to our bodies or working out, that can also apply to areas of our life when we're going through certain painful situations, that if we can push through and just get past that pain barrier, that on the other side of it there will be results and good things to come. So I'm going to leave things there for today. I will be back next week Sunday, or this week Sunday, I should say. I'll be back on Sunday, and I'll be starting my series on the science of happiness. So hopefully you guys will be able to join me then. Hopefully you guys have had a good start to your Monday. Wishing you a really good week. And this has been your girl and your host, Kayla Rose. Thank you for joining me. And this has been Soul Seed, the show which is dedicated to taking you to new levels of you. So, as usual, much love and stay blessed. Bye.